Hello, my friends. I planned to do this on Discord, but it was just too much of a palaver. Does anybody remember how we flip? It's not the flip the camera, is it? We mirror your video, take the mirroring off. So that means I'm the right way round. So we'll just wait a few minutes for anybody who wants to jump on. This is a discussion for the Indie Horror Book Club, and for April, end of April today, isn't it? So we read this, Cursed by Leigh Kenny. Lovely little novella. And so we're just going to have a little discussion about that. And also, of course, I've been away for a couple of months now. I sadly lost my husband 8 weeks ago, very suddenly. He was only 49. And it's been very, very difficult. But hello, Andreas. Thank you for joining. I'm a little bit early. So, hi, Victoria. Hello, Generic. How are you? Very nice to meet you. I'm just coming on to discuss my Indie Horror Book Club. Hi, Joe. Hiya. Hello, lovelies. It's lovely to see you. As I said, I was going to do this on the Discord, but turns out you can only have 10 people on a Discord. Hello, Cookie. Tired Cookie. Yeah, I could do with a cookie, to be fair. Hi, Michael. Thank you for joining. I was going to do it on the Discord, but it's such a nightmare because it's really set up for streaming, Oliver. Like streaming while you're gaming, really. And you can't have people, you can't read the chat while you're on the screen, and you have to be a member. Hiya, Shelley. Hiya, Laura. You have to, hi, Katie. You have to be a member of the Discord to actually join in. So it's just a bit of a nightmare, really. So this is a little bit easier, isn't it? So, just waiting for people to join. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Shelley. Thank you for joining in. I haven't got my glasses on, mainly because I can see better without them at the moment. Perhaps, that's what grief does to you. It gives you sight. I don't know. Who knows what's going on, really? Do you like my earrings? Look, I'll show you my earrings. They're little guardian angels. My funeral arranger made them for me. So it's very thoughtful, isn't it, really? Hello, Amanda. So we'll be discussing Cursed by Leigh Kenny, which was the April Indie Horror Book Club pick. And it was, they are lovely, aren't they? I'll tell you something, I went with the co-op, and which we've always had our funerals through the co-op in the family, and they were just brilliant. So absolutely fantastic. They couldn't have done enough, above and beyond, really. They made the whole process a lot better, not easier, because it's not easy. And it was a full military funeral for my husband, which was lovely. I think we did him proud. Hope I did. Hi, Lizzie. I absolutely love. I loved it. It was perfect for him. Do you know what I mean? He would have loved it. I know a lot of you used to see my husband when he used to, because he'd often come in when I was doing lives and forget I was doing them. He was a really sweet man, a very gentle man, and a gentleman. I miss him dreadfully, but anyway. So this is the first time I've really done anything live since then. People are always scared to talk about grief, aren't they? Because, people don't know what to say to you. And but I have to say that the book community has been remarkable. Across all social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all of you. It's just been incredible. The love and support I've received, it's just been overwhelmingly kind. I've had so many flowers and cards and gifts and books, so many books. And it's been beautiful. It's been a very positive, so many books. And it's just been it's been beautiful. It's been a very positive, really. And there's several people, including quite a few in the chat. Hi, Easy, who, contact me, every day sometimes, and just check up on me. I mean, I know Joe's on here, and Joe, thank you, Toby. That's nice, isn't it? I refuse to grow old gracefully. But Joe's on the chat at the moment. We message each other all day and keep each other company. My friend Amelia, she's not well at the moment, so I don't think she'll be on. But again, they send me voice notes all day. They've really kept me going. It's just been so kind. Towers Point Horror, Shelley, who's in the chat at the moment. Towers Point Horror Book Club, which I love. And Shelley is enabling me to spend far too much money on vintage 90s point horror. But I love it. Absolutely love the point horror book group. It is family, It's just been beautiful. So thank you all so much for your love and support. Books have been saving me, to be honest, because kept me distracted. Because, I'm not sure if you know my circumstance, but it was just really me and my husband. My family's in the Midlands. His family's in Portsmouth. We're in Devon. So I'm on my own most of the time now. My sister and her husband are coming on Sunday for she's coming for a week. Mainly to get away from my kids, I think, to be fair. But he's coming. Hi, Emmy. Hello, darling. Oh, thank you so much, Izzy. I love you too. And they're coming down on Sunday or Saturday night. He's coming to do my garden for me, because that's one thing I can't do is, I can't, because I'm disabled, so things like that are hard for me. My husband was my carer too. And I've missed you too, sweetie. Hi, Emily. Oh, I love her. She's a Midlander, like me. And so they're coming down on Saturday night, and he's going to do my garden for me, and that'll be fun. So it'll be nice to have some company. Meeting with my manager on Friday. I'm obviously not work at the moment. Can't concentrate for more than like half an hour, so a bit pointless. Hi, Katie. Thank you, darling. Thank you for joining. And yes, I'm off work at the moment. I'm meeting my manager, Kat, on Friday. She's been absolutely fantastic. And and then next week, my oldest stepson, and his fiancée are popping over. So I'll be able to cook him a big lasagna. He loves that. Might bake him a cake, maybe. And my other friend, Kat, who I've known for longer, who came to our wedding, she's going to pop over. It's her birthday next week. So loads. So it goes from I've been completely on my own for 3 weeks, since the funeral, and now I'm going to have loads of visitors. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it, my loves? But anyway, Cursed. What did we think? Did we enjoy it? For those who don't know, the Indie Horror Book Club, the idea is to promote indie horror. And ARC read this initially. And this is it's about this garbage man, or rubbish man, as we say in the UK, Curtis and his friend Tim. And one day they're collecting garbage, and this woman comes out and asks him to take a box from her. And he says, oh, okay, throws it in the back of the rubbish truck. When he gets home, the box is on his worktop in the kitchen. And the only thing in the box is a very, very long, dark black hair. And then he starts getting weird dreams, starts waking up with strange marks over his body, finds weird handprints on his shower screen. If you love The Ring, The Grudge, that kind of thing, you will love this book. It's very short. It's a novella. I think it's 116 pages, but it packs a hell of a punch. I know Leigh very well. She's a good friend, actually. And I'll tell you an exciting thing that's coming up in August with our my indie authors in a minute. But yes, I really loved this. And I've read it again for that book club. I loved the ending. Spoiler alert. The ending. I might not spoil it, actually. because there might be people who haven't read it, and the ending is what? I think that Leigh's actually, going to make a sequel to this. So she does. So true, Melina. It's really packs a punch, this book. It's so good. It's actually in the Books of Horror. I don't know if any of you are members of the Books of Horror on Facebook, but the Books of Horror Facebook group. Oh, did you, Emmy? Oh, Leigh's just beautiful. She's just a beautiful little Irish lady, and I can't wait to give her a hug myself when I meet her in August. And but yeah, she's writing a sequel, hopefully, to this for what happens after, because it ends on a bit of a, you're like, no, that's how it ends, exactly like that. No. So yeah, it's really, really good. It's very, very creepy. It has wonderful atmosphere. I just felt so sorry for Curtis. Do you know what I mean? I did too, Deborah. I loved the ending. It really did, Andreas, have exactly the right, that kind of Japanese noir feel to it. You know, the Japanese do so well, where they set the atmosphere and it's so creepy. Brilliant. Absolutely loved it. So I hope you all enjoyed it very much. She's such a good writer. This is her debut, by the way. This is the first thing she's written. And I tell you something, there's an anthology coming out, which I have, I'm arcing and blurbing from my UK indie authors, called Bloody Hell, an anthology of UK indie horror. It'll be out at the beginning of August. Leigh's done a short story in it. It is terrifying. But while we're talking about UK indie horror, in August, for the last, 6 to 8 months, I've been along with my friend Trish and a couple of indie authors, Phil Baker, who wrote The House on Hanging Hill Lane, and Jim Odie, who's written loads of stuff, to set up a UK indie horror book con, because a lot of them are in the States. We haven't got any, I don't think, in the UK that's specific for indie horror. So eventually we came up with a name, which is the Indie Horror Chapter, and it's basically going to be a movable convention. So we're going to move around the UK and Ireland. I'm really hoping I can convince Keelan Patrick Berg to come to the Irish one. But this year we're in Birmingham. August Bank Holiday on Saturday at the Night Owl from 11 to 4 p.m. There's 20 indie authors, including Leigh, who'll be there. And actually, if you buy the anthology, the Bloody Hell anthology, most of the authors will be there and you can get it all signed by all of them. So if that's your thing. This is signed by Leigh to me. So it'll be good fun. I'm going to be either live streaming or vlogging on the day, live vlogging. I'll be going around interviewing the authors who are at the tables and give you a feel for the convention. There's also going to be indie authors on stage doing interviews. There's going to be a quiz. One of the authors has set up a quiz. We're also going to do a bog off, but not buy one, get one free, but bring one, get one free. We all have books we're trying to unhaul, so we're going to ask people if they want to wrap a book, put a short synopsis on the front, and there's going to be basically a table where you can put it down and pick one up. So that's what we're going to do, like a little library. You know the little libraries they have, especially in Canada, that kind of thing. So I think it'll be really good. Oh my God, it'll be so lovely to meet you, Shelley. I'm going to give you the biggest hug. Actually, I'm going to hug everyone. I've warned everyone. I've warned my indie authors that they will be hugged. They're not, tend to be, they're kind of introverted, most writers, but they are going to hug me. I will ask, but it'd be lovely to see you all, be lovely to give you all hugs and cuddles, and it'll be really good, and I think so, hopefully, and I'm one of the main administrators for that, and next year it'll be in Reading on the East Coast, and the year after it'll be down by me in the southwest, and then we'll decide where we're going to go after that. And so chapter 1 is Birmingham, 24th of August, which is Bank Holiday Saturday. I'll be staying out for him from. The plan had been that me and Carl were going to go up. I'm sorry my voice is dodgy. I've had a bit of a cold. And, crying does that to you. But we were going to go up for that. My husband was coming with me. And then he was going to drop me with my family in the Midlands. As you know, I come from the West Midlands. And then I was going to stay for a week. I can't do that now, obviously, because I need to get back for my cats. So I'm coming up with a couple of the indie authors and staying overnight in a hotel in central Birmingham with all of them. That'll be mental. Oh, thank you, darling. It's lovely to see your face too. And then coming back the next day. So it'll be really good fun, I think. I tell you, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if you were on the live I did a couple of months back now, February, for the Slasher Indie Book Club, which was European Halls. But Alan Shivers is coming over from Brussels, and who has become a really good friend. I actually spoke to him recently, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing him as well. So it'll be good, won't it? So yeah, I hope to see a lot of you, give you lots of cuddles and hugs. But anyway, I've gone off on a tangent, which happens, doesn't it? Oh, he's such a lovely man, Manina. He's just the gentlest, sweetest soul. Really he is. Actually, all of the horror writers. Leigh's lovely. Sarah Jules is fantastic. MJ Mars, who wrote The Suffering, she's going to be there. Jim Odie will be there. Matt Rayner, who we read in January, Echoes of Home, he's going to be there. I think Matty Bobby Cash is going to be there. Oh my God, there's so many of them. I wish I had a list in front of me. But there's 20 of them. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to cost me a fortune. But if one thing I've learnt in the last few months is, time is short. And you should do what you enjoy. So read what you want, buy what you want. Let's see if I can move my camera. There you go. So yeah, it'll be really good fun. It'll be lovely to meet you all. We'll have an indie horror book club and a Towers Point horror book club family get together. Oh, we could all go out for a coffee after. Why is my hair pink? Because it is. I'll get over it. Number one troll. Great. Yeah. Bless. But it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great time. And then later in the year, in November, I'm going to YALC for the first time, the Young Adult Literary Convention. And I did think I wasn't going to go because the idea of navigating London as a disabled person without my husband terrifies me, honestly. But I'd already paid for the hotel, which was non-return and refundable, and I've already bought the tickets. So my lovely friend Amelia, Booking Bonkers, yeah, it wasn't much of a carnival though, was it really? Poor Curtis Andreas. But she's coming with me. She's going to meet me. She goes in Yorkshire. She's going to meet me. So yeah, it's going to be good. But yeah, back to the book. Sorry, I'm digressing. I'm sorry. Andreas is pushing me back on track. The colourful bunting that hung across the buildings in Main Street. The bright lights from the actual carnival were visible from the far end of the street, close to the curiosity shop. Calliope music. Is it Calliope? Calliope? And cheerful shouts travelled gently on the crisp night breeze. That's a quote. It is beautifully written. Debut novel, the one she's writing at the moment. She's writing a new one at the moment, Andreas, which I think is going to be a full-length novel about a haunted road in Ireland. And that sounds really good. I'll probably arc it, so I'll let you know. And we'll no doubt be reading that at some point in the Indie Horror Book Club. I've actually put all of the rest of the years up. Some great books. But yeah, I loved this book. I would highly recommend it if you want a quick, if you're Goodreads, if you need to get your figures up. If that's your thing, 116 pages. Took me just over an hour to read this. So, you know, a couple of hours for most people, I suppose. It's a brilliant book. It's so funny, but it's genuinely really creepy. And it will make you worry about, you know, finding any long hairs in your house. I wonder if children are as equivalent to Chekhov's gun. Yeah, they could be, couldn't you? Bella is the little girl in this. And I'm not going to give it away, my darlings, but let's just say she, yeah. You know something? Well, you know, once a child in the street, she knows something evil is about to happen, and that's very true. Although I do love books about evil children, I don't like anything happening to kids or animals. It wouldn't stop me reading it, but I'd probably skip over because I don't want to read that. But I love evil children. Currently, at the moment, I'm reading this. Nelfs. Part of Old School April on YouTube. I don't know if any of you are on YouTube, but and it's about these little creatures called, they're a combination of gnomes and elves, and they have a TV show, and this little girl called Heaven, that's her. She starts dreaming about them being evil, and then they come into the real world. It's proper nostalgic. Shelley, Melina, Tales Point Horror Peeps, you'll love this. It's proper 90s vibes. It's really good. It's an American one, so it's very floppy. We love a floppy book. Anyway, see, I'm going off at a tangent again. But yes, so I'm glad you all enjoyed Cursed. I have to say I loved it, and it was really good fun. You'll love it. You'll love it. It's proper like 90s vibes, and I'm really enjoying it, Nelves. But yeah, this is excellent. Brilliant cover too, isn't it? And Leigh, bless her, she probably would have done an interview with me if I'd been up to that. And I might do one with her later in the year, just have a chat. Leigh and MJ are actually really busy this year. Not only are they doing our book convention, they're also doing the Books of Horror, Books and Brews convention in Illinois. So they'll be international authors. But it is a stunning cover. I don't know who did the illustrations for the cover. I did used to know that. Grim Poppy Design did that. Most indie authors do not use AI. They actually pay artists to produce covers for them. I agree with you, Andres. He's torn constantly, isn't he? He wants to get rid of the curse. He's a good person. I felt very sorry for Curtis, especially when he met up with Lila. Is it Lila? I think it's Lila, is, you know, the love that he messed up. And then they were just getting back together, weren't they, when everything kicked off at the end. So I felt really, really sorry for him. And it's like, what do you do? Do you know what I mean? If you've been given a cursed object and the only way you can get rid of that cursed object is to pass it on to another person, and you know what will happen, you've got to have, how could you morally do that? You know? And so he tries something different in this book. He tries to get rid of it without hurting anyone else, and it kind of backfires, doesn't it? But I think he's intrinsically a good person, but the fact that he kept throwing the box out, and he kept appearing back in his, apartment, was proper creepy, wasn't it? Really, the most creepy bit for me was the shower thing. Do you know, mainly because one of my favourite horror films is Psycho. I love Psycho. I can watch it at any point. I just love it. The shower scene to me is one of the classic shots of classic horror. Do you know what I mean? The cinematography and the lighting, it's just amazing. Oh, and also the cover was done by Christy Aldridge. She's an amazing writer herself. My novel Seth Has an Evil Child. Really? Let me just note that down, my darlings. What was her name again? Christy Aldridge. We love an evil child. Christy Aldridge. Seth. Go and enjoy your tea, Emmy. Thank you for popping on. I love you. Yes, I'll look that up. Thanks, Andreas. Yes, I mean, yeah, it was a great book. I thought it was a great choice, and I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I really am. As I say, this was Leigh's debut. She was very, very worried about. It did. But you know, the handprints on the shower, I was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? That was proper creepy. And also the bit where he kept waking up and he was covered in bruises and covered in long black hair. I mean, do you know what I mean? So the idea that someone could, it's like, I'll go back to the kind of Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy thing, you know, that somebody could attack you when you're asleep. I mean, that was the whole premise, the scary thing about Nightmare on Elm Street was that you can't control what happens to you in your dreams. So the idea that something could actually really physically harm him and he wouldn't be aware of it is actually really quite frightening, isn't it? It really is frightening. I wonder if Psycho is on any channel. I fancy watching that tonight. Anybody any idea? Don't think it's on Netflix. I've probably got the DVD somewhere. Quite fancy watching that, if I'm honest. But yeah, it's ruined us all. You're not wrong. But it's such a great movie. It's such a good movie. I love Alfred Hitchcock, actually. The Birds also is one of my favourite. And Rear Window. I love Rear Window. There's bound to be somewhere I can watch Alfred Hitchcock. Do you reckon? There's bound to be, isn't there? I might have to buy a DVD box set. But anyway, in May, we're going to be reading Babalenka by Essie England, Sarah England. She's a fantastic indie horror writer. She's been around for a long time. One of my favourite horror trilogies is by her called The Father of Lies. Now, what you need to know about Sarah is that she writes extreme occult horror. Occult horror. Let me get my words out, Shaz. And so there is, you need trigger warnings in those. Most of the time they're in there, but Melina asked me earlier about Babalenka and I couldn't find the trigger warning. So, but I have read it. So just so you know, there are scenes of sexual violence and rape and DV. So just so you're aware. It's a fantastic story, though. It's such a good story, and it is proper chilling. It's proper frightening. It stayed in my head for a long... I haven't read it probably for a couple of years. I'll reread it this month, and I can still remember certain scenes in it. That's how memorable it is. It's really hauntingly terrifying. And, yeah, so yeah, it's a great book. I hope you'll all enjoy that one as well. The second season of them also has a character that can attack you in some kind of dream state, yeah. Yeah, it is frightening, isn't it? The idea that someone could come at you while you're asleep, when you're at your most vulnerable. Do you know what I mean? It's why a lot of us, you know, don't like to sleep with the door open in the bedroom. A lot of people won't sleep with the bedroom door open. It's the idea that you would have some notice somebody was coming in. I think it's a kind of primal fear for us, isn't it? That's why, you know, when we were, you know, in ancient times, in caves, we had fires at the entrance. And a lot of that was to prevent wildlife coming in and eating us when we were asleep. But also so that, you know, we had warning if somebody came. So I think it's quite a primal fear, that, to be honest. But yeah, so Babalenka in May, and we'll do a TikTok live at the end of May for that. But apart from discussing Cursed, which I absolutely loved, and I'm glad everybody else loved, it's a cracking little horror novella, well worth a read. And to let you know about the Indie Horror Book Convention, if you want any more details, let me know. I'll post about it as the time goes on. Also, just so you're aware, I'm also running the Bookstagram Awards this year on Instagram. It was run last year by Dan Barnes, but I seem to have been volunteered for that. There's actually 3 of us, but I'll be doing all of the face-to-face camera stuff because the other 2 don't want to. Yeah, keep an eye out for that, where you can vote for your favourite indie stuff. So not only horror, but smut and sci-fi and romance, and the Bookstagrammer of the Year award. Support Award. I was nominated last year. I was very honoured about that. So that starts in August. So I'll be posting about that over on my Instagram. And I'll be on TikTok a little bit more. I haven't been posting much because TikTok's all videos, you know what I mean? So I haven't really been making any videos. So I've got masses of reviews to do, probably about 40, to post. You're going to get bored of the sight of me. I haven't really been getting a set TBR either. I've been mood reading, just because it depends what I feel like at the time. It's very unusual for me because I usually mood read. I don't mood read normally. I like to have a set TBR. And, but yeah, so I'm glad you enjoyed it, my loves. And thank you all so much for your support and your love. It's been wonderful. Such a positive thing to come out of the most horrible time of my life. I miss him dreadfully. But I'm going to log off now, my loves, because, you know, I might start crying, and that's not a good thing to do on a live. So I love you all very, very much, and I'll see you all next month. And I might pop on and do different things. I might do some reading sprints. That'd be fun. I'm going to start doing a reading sprint regularly on a Friday evening on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Melina. Thank you so much, all of you. You're just wonderful, beautiful people. I hope you know that. And so my YouTube channel, which is Sharon Joy Reads, I'm going to start doing reading sprints on a Friday night. Don't want to do it Thursday because I love Amy's. And so yeah, I'm going to start doing those quite regularly over on YouTube, which is a bit easier on live stream. And I'll also do some on here. But you all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon. And I've just got to figure out how I turn this off. Love you. Bye, darlings.